All right, hello everyone. Welcome to a gaming news video here. Yes, I decided obviously I wanted to do a gaming news video because of the fact that there's a lot of obviously not only is there Destiny 2 stuff on the way, that there's many other games that are coming obviously this year, and I'm curious to see what's happening in terms of other gaming news that's out there right now, because there's actually quite a bit going on with the fact that for example, obviously the first one here, the fact that Dead Islands is having its release date being brought forward, because originally it was meant to be out on the 28th of April, but now it's been given the go ahead to release 1 week earlier on the 21st, which means because they've gone gold with the game, it means now we'll get it 1 week earlier than when it was supposed to release, which is really good to hear that Deep Silver basically announced it's going to release a little earlier than usual, which is great, and it means we won't, even though we still got a whole month and whole month or so to wait, at least it will make the wait a little bit less painful, I guess you could say. But yeah, so that's really cool. So at least I might check out Dead Islands 2, see what it's like. Also, we have this game that's coming out, Wo Long, which is also going to be coming to Game Pass within the next week. Yeah, it comes out on the 3rd, so it comes out next week. And they've already established they're going to have a resolution mode, which will let you put out in 4K, performance mode up to 60 frames. So yeah, they're doing the sort, and then they've got some modes for PS4 Pro where you can get 4K up to 30 frames. But yeah, it's made. But obviously, if you want the best performance, obviously PS5 and Series X and S are going to be your best bet for the best performances of that title when it releases next week. And then, of course, Sony have managed to acquire a studio never heard of, Ballistic Moon. Never heard of them, but either way, they've finally joined Sony's Arsenal Studios now, which is now a thing. Oh yeah, and then of course we have Modern Warfare 2. They've just hyped up the new season. They just launched it. They've even got an article about the roadmap, which I'll leave in the link in the description for those who want to see what was in the and also the link to the trailer for those who are curious of what's happening with Modern Warfare 2 this season, this new season that they've just rolled out to COD fans. And then also, yeah, this was pretty interesting. The fact that Sony are plotting for wireless earbuds for PS5. Now they're going to finally, do something similar to what Apple does with their AirPods. Now they're basically doing some for PS5, and they're wanting to release it somewhere, anywhere between April of this year to March next year. So we'll see how long it will be until we get one of these announced by Sony for PS5. Should be interested to see what that, how much they're gonna, apparently it's gonna read, does it say how much they're gonna retail for? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they're apparently going to be pricing it around $200, apparently, which that's insane in itself. And they're also meant to be doing a redesign for the PS5 this year, where there's going to be a detachable disc drive as well. Apparently, that's going to be a thing sometime this year for the PS5. But we'll see whether when that will get announced, because we've yet to hear officially from Sony about those plans. But I'm sure they'll be eager to let us know about that one soon enough. Um, but yeah, and also make sure that, and I would also appreciate, guys, whilst you're watching this video, and appreciate anyone to, make sure to follow and make sure to subscribe, and also follow all my socials as well, and of course, we're going to be I mean, I've got some very exciting plans for streams coming up, including, I mean, I've basically have a diary which I've got in my drawer, and I mean, obviously, I didn't want to show it because I've got lots of really cool, secret, cool looking plans that they will be revealed in due course. Trust me. There's lots of cool things on the way, especially not only on my Twitch but also for my YouTube channel as well. Because I know I need to rebuild the Twitch channel, YouTube channel, so we can hopefully get to get back to that 5K subscriber goal that we were at with the previous channel. So hopefully we will get back up there. Hopefully. Oh yeah, they also did a teardown of the PlayStation VR 2, which by the way, that'll be releasing Yeah, I think it's going to be releasing. Yeah, it's meant to be releasing this week. Yeah, later this week. This the VR2 headset's going to be releasing. So they've done a whole teardown. If you want to see what you know what it looks like in out of the box. They've also done a whole Star Wars Jedi Survivor articles talking about the fact that it's going to have a large map and it's going to be having more NPCs than the last game. So that's really cool to see that you know you're going to be able to interact with more people in this new title. And they also got and also, Atomic Heart did a whole live action trailer called The Atomic Way to prepare for tomorrow's launch. Because, yes, tomorrow is around, in fact, midnight tonight. In fact, Game Pass owners and everyone who has brought a copy of the game will be getting access to Atomic Heart tonight. So I might start playing after midnight. So who knows? Oh, yeah. And for anybody who hasn't played, may have got a PS5 recently and want to check out, or have got PlayStation Plus Premium and want to check out God of War Ragnarok. The good news is there's a 3 hour trial you can now take advantage of on PlayStation Plus. It's a really cool game. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't checked out God of War Ragnarok. Really, really good God of War title. And hopefully I'll get to complete. I'm hoping to finish that game hopefully soon. And then we have PlayStation Plus doing a whole Festival of Play thing going on where they're going to be doing deals, tournaments, and they've also just announced some. They've also announced some new games for extra and premium. I'm going to see. Yeah, let's bring that up actually because yeah, they've announced some new games for PlayStation Plus Premium, which I'll show you the games. There we go. These are the new games that are coming to PlayStation Plus as of tomorrow, and they are Horizon Forbidden West. Yes, the Horizon sequel finally comes to PlayStation Plus on PS4 and PS5. So if you've got PlayStation Plus and you're a PS4 player or a PS5 player, you can start playing from tomorrow. Same with Corey. This is another game that a lot of horror gamers have been loving the last year. Resident Evil, Biohazard, Outriders is for PS4 and PS5 for those who want to relive the Outriders title. Scarlet Nexus. This is another title that was somewhat big last year. And then also Borderlands 3 for all the Borderlands people who want to check out Borderlands 3. Tienka 7. This is a PS4 title added. Ace Combat 7. You have Earth Defense Force 5. We also have Lost Sphere. The Forbidden City, which is both for PS4 and PS5, and then you've got some classics like Legend of Dragons, The Wild Arms, Harvest Moon, Back to the Nature, and Destroy All Humans are all being added to PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra from tomorrow. But yeah, that's really cool. I can now start playing Quarry from simply playing through the PlayStation Plus instead of me having to buy even though physical copies have dropped in price. I can just play through PlayStation Plus now, which is really nice. And yes, they have like also done an article for Festival to Play for those who want to see what they've doing. They've been doing some campaigns on PlayStation Stars. They've also doing double discounts for PlayStation Plus members until the 24th, where you can get discounts on some of the recent titles. And they've also been doing giveaways of their big OLED TVs and headsets and stuff if you want to enter giveaway. They even did a whole free weekend for Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2, GTA Online, and most online games were a part of the free weekend this past week. Unfortunately, the free weekend's over, unfortunately. So yeah, you would be yes. It was only for this past weekend that they were doing a whole free weekend on PlayStation Plus. But yeah, that's a really cool glimpse at some of the games that PlayStation Plus will be introducing tomorrow for those who want to download any of these games tomorrow on the PlayStation Plus and check out what's available. So yeah, so that's the Festival to Play that they've been doing on PlayStation Plus the last few days, and then on top of that, they also the composer for Atomic Heart actually did a whole donation to the Red Cross Ukraine Crisis Appeal. So they were supporting the whole Ukraine stuff recently, which that was a very generous thing for him to do. So yes, that was something he did recently. And then on top of that, we've also have, and then on top of this, there was also some other also the fact that there was several leaked PlayStation VR 2 games that have come out, sort of leaked out by Sony from Sony's German PlayStation Plus blog. They leaked out a few games recently, even though they haven't properly announced them yet. But either way, that happened. And also, Disney Dreamlight Valley just had a new update, the Festival of Friendship. This is an update that's just rolled out for where they've brought a character from Enchanto finally into the game now, and they've added some new cosmetics and stuff. I'm kind of just waiting for the multiplayer so I can be able to play with Tony, really, because I mean, to be honest, I mean I've been trying my best to learn the to get be able to progress the game, but I feel like it'll be more funner if I got more funner if I was playing with like friends like Tony, obviously, because I know Tony's been playing Dreamlight Valley from time to time. So yeah, maybe I'll see if she'll help me get my character help me with the game when multiplayer comes out, because yeah, that would be really helpful. But yeah, Disney's Dreamlight Valley, their newest update. Also, Dark Picture Anthology's got a Friends Pass now as part of the new update, so you can now invite a friend to take part in The Devil in Me. It's a free DLC that they just dropped for that game. So if you want to invite a friend to play with you on that game, you'll now be able to do so. They've also got 5 different combat strands for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which, by the way, this game comes out at the end of next month for those who want to check out the sequel of Jedi Fallen Order. Oh yeah, this is also unfortunate that Sherlock game's been delayed due to the attack on Ukraine. Is the reason why the Sherlock game's now been delayed indefinitely. And then, of course, along with this, you've also got a Metal Exodus sequel that's apparently due for a 2024 release, as development's already been starting for that, which was interesting. And then, of course, we've got some E3 news. Yes, they're finally talking about E3 because apparently Ubisoft are wanting to be a part of E3 this year. Yeah, they made a whole statement to the organizers, Repop, where they said that E3. This is basically the whole quote that they did. E3 is a full speed ahead as we are pleased with the progress and engagement with this from the community. As we have confirmed exhibitors, we are eager to share more details to get cemented and participants ready for their demanding plans. In some parts of the Repop gaming profile, we rarely release participants until close to the event, and now we adjust our style to E3 way as we can. We'll be sending our first round of media and content creator reservation approvals today, and we'll have news to share the next few weeks of some of the exciting new additions of the remastered E3 2023. Even though we found out recently that Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft are not going to be attending E3. So, in other words, E3 is pretty much, it's going to feel like a dead event, really. And yeah, sure, Ubisoft's going to probably put themselves forward for this because they need all the attention. They're going to want to get all the attention because of the pretty bad revenue year they've had, and they've still yet to make they need to make a massive comeback because they've had pretty lackluster releases lately, so they're going to really need to bounce back this year. But yeah, I feel like E3 is pretty much good as dead at this point because I mean PlayStation's not interested, Microsoft's not interested, Nintendo's not interested. Like, is E3 even worth happening this year? Because the big three don't want to take part. Yeah, I think this event's pretty much good as done, basically, and I don't know why they're wasting their time making this event relevant because it's not going to be relevant because the big three don't want to be involved. They don't want anything to do with it because they've got plans already outside of E3, and they've been loving it since. Also, they're releasing some free avatars to mark the first birthday of Horizon Forbidden West, which they've got codes here for those who want to get any of these 1 year avatars for all the different regions, which I'll leave a link in the description if you want to. And they've even put out some stats here of how well we've been doing as well for everyone who's been playing, how well they've been doing with the game. I've yet to properly play Horizon Forbidden West on stream, but I will do. I'll probably do that when Destiny 2's died down or something. We'll do that. Um, and then of course we have Diablo 4 finally has the open beta dates finally confirmed. So the early access peak is going to begin on the 17th to the 19th of March, and then everyone can start playing from the 24th to the 26th of March. They didn't say how, like I said, they did not. Obviously we haven't seen how long the beta is going to be, and they haven't really given out a full sort of details of what to expect from it, and the fact that they do say that progression won't carry over to the full game. So obviously we as you would say, but they do say, however, that we can play the game's protocol and first act of the game. So it's going to be roughly 10 hours of content that we're going to be able to play during the early so there is basically the possibility we could be playing roughly 10 hours of content potentially in the beta when it happens next month. And I don't know, I might check it out and see what it's like, if it's any good, because I mean, I know some people are hoping for Diablo 4 to be good, so we'll see what happens. Now, this was a piece of news that I was a little unfortunate about, but I'm still being hopeful that this isn't the end here. The fact that Avalanche Software was speaking to IGN about Hogwarts Legacy because they were asked the question about DLCs, and they basically said, well, the game director came to IGN when they were asked this question, and they basically said that the team has been so focused on shipping the base game that at the moment there are currently no plans for current plans for DLCs. But and they do say that they're supporting patches and bug fixes, but a big expansion ain't on the card. But they do say, however, that should they change their mind, they'll start with any DLC from scratch. But they mean it, but they reckon it'll be a long time before it's ready to reveal those plans. So so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm being hopeful that we're gonna get maybe one DLC out of this title, and then but if they feel like it's going to be worth saving it for Hogwarts Legacy 2, which I think is probably likely to happen because of the success of the game on Twitch, I wouldn't be too surprised if a Hogwarts Legacy 2 is on the cards here, considering the game's pretty much got a lot of potential to hit, to have a sequel in the future. And I wouldn't be, like I said, I wouldn't be too surprised if Warner Brothers and Avalanche decide to make a Hogwarts Legacy 2 in the coming years. Wouldn't surprise me. And then of course we have another game that's going to be coming out later this year, Lie of Peas. This is going to be another horror title that's coming out in August, and it will also be coming to Game Pass day one, as well as PlayStation 5 for those who want to. And they've released a new trailer for the game in preparation for its release this summer, which is pretty cool. And then alongside the Lie of Peas, they've we had Battlefield 2042. They've just released a trailer for their fourth season, which begins next week, which in fact it begins on the day of Lightfall. So I'm going to be too busy to actually be able to play this because I'm going to be doing Destiny 2 Lightfall grinding, obviously, because I'm doing the legendary campaign with one of my clanmates, and might be doing multiple runs of the campaign with many friends. Who knows? Wait and see. Anyway, so it's called the 11th Hour, and it's going to have a new map, specialist weapons, vehicles, more than 200 tiers of battle pass. So all the usual content, and the new map's called Flashpoint, which is in the location of South Africa, which actually would be interesting. There's going to be and it has the possibility of a close quarter combat, and they've also reworked a classic match Discarged. So a classic map's been reworked for this season. So yeah, maybe at some point after when Lightfall's died down, I'll probably see what this season's like and see if it's any good. Hopefully it's somewhat good, I suppose. And then we got Layer, and then of course we have the Layer Fears PS5, which we found out recently that this game's finally now coming out in June of this year. So it's going to be coming out around the Summer Game Fest season, as when this is going to be dropping. And yeah, I mean, this game's got potential to be a really good horror game. And also, you'll notice it has the text is almost very similar to Redfall, which is interesting. Like, yeah, the texting, and also the fact that it has a lighthouse similar to what Redfall has, which is interesting. So, yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting that they're using similar tests, but yet they finally revealed the news through trailers recently. Just today, basically, they've been hyping up the trailer for Layer Fears, which is a horror reimagination of it for June this year. So we should be learning more about this game in the coming weeks. And then a little bit unfortunate news for Sony that Returnal's not really been doing very well on PC. They've only managed to attract 610 players during its release. So yeah, it hasn't really even though they did manage to, they peaked about 6,991, which has now become the company's second most unpopular title on a personal PC at launch. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that Sony haven't had much success with Returnal or Sackboy lately, which is really interesting. Why they've been, they've been sort of having. Yeah, it seems as though God of War seems to have been better when it comes to PC ports than Returnal for some reason, which is, not too sure. Yeah, maybe it's probably because some games are better suited on console than they are, or maybe who knows? Maybe The Last of Us Part 1 will be able to change all that, because that's coming out in just a few weeks on the 28th of March. So maybe the hype for Last of Us on PC will probably explode on PC because of the TV series. Because yes, the TV series has been doing very, really well. But yeah, it's but yeah, like I said, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how The Last of Us Part 1 goes with its PC release. I reckon it will probably do really, really well, depending on how they're going to go about it. But yeah, with that said, really, that's pretty much all the news at this time, really, because I mean, I'm hoping we're going to be hearing some plans for the Summer Game Fest, because I know Jeff Keighley's going to want to hype up that as we get into the spring, because obviously his shows tend to take place in June, so it won't be too far off until we will be back to that Summer Game Fest season again, where we're going to be getting lots of gaming announcements. And I always enjoy watching the Summer Game Fest, because they tend to have some pretty interesting games to check out, and hopefully they're going to have some really cool ones again this year, because they had a lot of space horror titles last year. So I'm hoping we'll get to see more of those, and maybe some really, hopefully some big titles, some more big titles get announced there this year, hopefully. And then hopefully, something will come from Sony soon, and etc. So yeah, I have a feeling we're going to hopefully have some good things to look forward to this summer when Summer Game Fest rolls back around in June. But yeah, either way, we should be finding out soon enough what Jeff Keighley's plans are for Summer Game Fest this year, and in terms of who's going to be joining, which studios are going to be bringing reveal trailers to him this year. I would imagine all the big ones are going to be there, and hopefully some exciting announcements are going to be there. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed this gaming news video, and hopefully we'll have more to discuss heading into the end of the week. We'll see what other news comes out, because I mean, we're still, like I said, we're still kind of waiting. Oh yeah, and another game I forgot to also mention is Valheim, because Valheim, for those who because I know some people have been wondering when is it coming to Xbox. Well, the good news is Valheim is coming to Xbox on the 14th of March. Yeah, and it's going to be getting obviously a Series X and S and Xbox One release. They've released a whole trailer for it. I'm going to use Eurogame as a site here, but yeah. So yeah, they confirmed it's going to be dropping on the 14th of March. So this will be the day it will finally come to Game Pass. And the good news is it's going to have full cross-play support between Xbox and Steam, which means I'll be able to play with. The good news is I'll be able to play with any friends who play this game, and I know Miss Kenneth plays Valheim from time to time, so this means she'll be able to help me learn the game. When I finally get around to playing it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna install this game onto my Xbox. So then hopefully this will be a game I'll hopefully get to check out during the Destiny 2 downtimes. During the dry parts of the seasons, and see and maybe play with some friends on it, and maybe for like sounds like it's really cool though that we're finally getting this on Xbox now, and there are a couple of other PC titles that I'm hoping that will come to console. Like for instance, I'm hoping that Phasmo will finally get a console release at some point because I would love to see it, and I just hope we will. I hope they will get round to it. And more importantly, they're also getting ready for their next expansion, which I'm hoping they're also going to release it for Xbox as well. I would imagine they will, considering they're releasing an Xbox version next month. Hopefully, they'll release it for both PC and Xbox future DLCs and updates. Hopefully, so then hopefully us Xbox players will be able to receive the same updates as the PC players do for this title going forward. I think that would be a really good strat, and I'm hoping they're not going to like sort of decide between two different dates between how Xbox and PC get their updates for this title. But I would imagine they'll release it at the same time because considering they're adding cross-play support between Steam and Xbox, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, the PlayStation folks will get their hands on Valheim this year as well. I'm hoping Iron Gate Studios will consider bringing this title to PlayStation at some point, so that we could have like a whole ecosystem crossplay, which I think that needs to happen at some point. Because I know PlayStation players would love to play this game, and I'm hoping that they will consider bringing this to PlayStation because I think that needs to be announced sooner rather than later. But yeah, so I thought I would let you guys know on Xbox that you haven't got long to go until we get to check out the world of Valheim, and they finally getting this ready for in just a few weeks from now. You'll be able to download it, and I'm hoping we'll get to pre-install this game soon. I might check my Xbox Game Pass and see if we can pre-install it because I would love to pre-install it ready for that day one update when they drop it. So yeah, really, that is pretty much all the news right now until we hear more about the Summer Game Fest or we hear about some more about the Starfield reveal because we are still waiting for Xbox to finally reveal Starfield. I'm hoping it's going to be next month. We'll hear something. I'm hoping because I would love them to do a showcase for Starfield next month because I'll be so ready for new information about that game. I know it's not a multiplayer title, but I would love to see what they're going to do. We'll be interested to see more of Starfield and hopefully when they're going to release it. Because I mean, I want to know if they, what the special editions are going to be like for that game. Hopefully, there's going to be some cool stuff you can get from it. And then hopefully I'm hoping we're going to get to see, hopefully get to learn about some other Xbox Game Pass titles that I'm eager to learn more about this year as well. Anyway, make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts about any of the news that we discussed, and I appreciate many of you for subscribing and following my socials as always. And I've put some new TikTok videos recently, and I've also put my schedule for Twitch on Twitter as well for those who want to know what I'm going to be streaming because I am going to be streaming some Atomic Heart this weekend. So I'm definitely going to start on Saturday to play Atomic Heart and see, because I'm actually also close to finishing off Hogwarts Legacy, um, the main campaign, but I might be probably just doing the main story, and I don't know, I might start, do new characters on Hogwarts probably one probably later in the year, because I mean I'm going to be busy with Lightfall next week, and because Lightfall's so close now, and it's just it wouldn't be right for me to start a new character knowing that Lightfall's coming, and I need to put the focus on Destiny 2's Lightfall, and knowing that DLC is gonna be the talk will be the talk of which will be what everyone's gonna want to see me do for a little for a while. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.